Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Dr. Philippines from the Love Beyond the Sea studios answering another relationship question today. This one, who should say I love you first? In a relationship where two people have feelings for each other, it's only natural they reveal that, but who should say it first? Does it make any difference? Does it matter? When should those words be said? I will explore that question today. Leave your comments in YouTube or in the Love Beyond the Sea Community Corner, linked in the comments section. Subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea, get notifications for upcoming videos. I've been married for almost 5 years to a woman from the Philippines. How did we go about expressing the feelings we had for each other? Let's get into that very briefly. While there are no rules about this, I have a difficult time seeing the value in a woman saying she loves you to a man. Excuse me, to a man first. Here comes the cough again. She may very well likely have feelings for him, but if he hasn't said the same thing to her already, he likely doesn't feel the same way about her that she feels about him. Maybe she says it first because he hasn't said it yet, and she thinks by saying she loves him that he will then respond with those magic words. I believe the man should be the initiator in proposing to the woman and also in saying, I love you. I think he needs to drive the relationship. If she thinks by telling him he loves her, he will respond in the same way, what if he does, but only because he doesn't really know what else to say? I think he might do that. He might come across in a way that is not very convincing. He might even be shocked she told him she loved him, then back away. I think it is appropriate for her to ask him of his evaluation of their relationship. In a recent video, I mentioned someone I had feelings for, but they didn't have them for me. That has actually happened to me the other way around. One day, a woman who I was only friends with, they had been a friend of my best friend at the time, became close to me, and it caught me off guard. I really was only trying to be nice. I had never said anything about liking her or being in love with her or wanting to have a relationship with her. It got to the point she called me up one night and told me straight up she wanted to know if I saw a future with us. Talk about being put on the spot, but that's okay. It was imperative for her to know. She was pretty blunt. Well, not expecting that, I was impressed she was so open about how she felt, and she laid it all on the line. I was oblivious to all of this because I was only trying to be a friend. So that wasn't a highlight of my life at the time, but I knew I had to hurt her feelings and just say, a long time ago, I remember saying, well, no, honestly, I just want to be friends, and no, I don't see a future, she meant marriage, in this relationship. So that's the way it was. I told her, and that was the end of that. Someone told me once that men and women can just be friends, and my opinion was that they could not. I'm talking about two people, not two people out of a group of friends, like the TV show Friends. This particular woman didn't want to spend a single day more wondering if I was going to say I loved her, apparently. Of course, someone will have hurt feelings if they disclose how they feel and that love isn't requited. That would be embarrassing, but if you have to know, you have to know. Sometimes even us men, sometimes us guys can be a little dull when it comes to recognizing signals from a woman, but in all likelihood, when a man is sure he just can't live without a certain woman, he will just tell her. He will probably also do that if he is reasonably sure she feels the same way. Do you agree? Let me know what you think of all this. As for my wife and I, we were in a very long distance relationship, with me being in the United States and her being in the Philippines. I moved very quickly in proposing to her. In only 18 days, we got married on the 54th day. Before we met in person, we told each other that we would not say I love you to each other until we met face to face. I also know by saying I loved her that I would need to prove it for the rest of my life, which is fine. Since I initiated the relationship from across the world, it was fitting that I would be the one to say those very serious words, I love you, first. I don't see how it's a good thing if a woman does that. Let me know if you have strong feelings about this. I have never heard of a woman being the initiator in this way. Maybe today things are different. It just seems weird to me. If you are a man involved or wanting to be involved with a woman from the Philippines like I did, and she tells you she loves you and haven't met in person, haven't made a commitment to each other, you should be very suspect about her intentions. Being so far away, there is the added element of danger that she could be scamming you. In this case, if she says I love you and it just seems out of context, then she is. Guys, don't tell a woman you love her unless you mean it, but do it as soon as you mean it. Women find out how he feels, but don't say you love him first. Throughout my videos, I have talked about what real love is, and it is serious business. I hope you check out some of those videos if you haven't yet on Love Beyond the Sea. All good things must come to an end, so it's time to say goodbye. We've been here for 3 weeks. Got a taxi coming. We'll load everything on there and head and try to get on a flight that there's no room for, but we had our flight canceled. So we've got to do some different things here. Hopefully be able to leave Manila tonight. Our flight was canceled. We're trying to get on a different one, see if something opens up. I was just saying goodbye here to her family. If this doesn't work, we're going to have very little time to change over, and that may mean canceling the flight.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Shereel. Here's, I don't know if I'm supposed to hold on to this coat or not. Here. All right, Ruby. Papa. Thank you for taking good care of us.
Bye-bye.
Shereel. Baby Precious.
Bye-bye.
Keisha. Queenie Jane. Ruby. Mondi. Thank you for all your help. You guys have been great. Jason. Honey me over there.
Two bags inside the compartment. 2 bags.
2 bags, okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, kids. Bye, everyone. See you guys.
Yung mga taga General Santos City, ang tuna capital of the Philippines. Nakita ba yung tuna G?
Salamat pa.
Meron bang company niya?
On our way.
Maligmas din.
Joshua,